Alright, here we go. Another game to cast, this time not a rerun of a rerun. Spirit Breaker, Spectre, Windrunner, Faceless Void, Shadow Shaman against Tinker, Sork, Gyro, Witch Doctor, and Phoenix. Be interesting to see this Gyro with the Phoenix. Going to be up against Spirit Breaker as well as the Faceless Void offlane.
Oh, now that's a health plan.
It's going to be hard for the Dire if they don't find their Tinker out ahead. But there's definitely a lot this Tinker can do if he finds the open space. Spectre's going to be hard to deal with. I think Haunt gives you vision. Well, not I think, but Haunt gives you enough vision to lock down the Tinker if he's not too careful. See how the Slark does. Offlane Slark. Doesn't have a lot of lockdown, honestly, for the Slark to work with. And against him is Shackles, Chrono, Shackle Shot, the Charge with the possible bashes. Like, it's going to be a tough Slark game if he's not too careful.
And we're
And they could have first blood here. Time Walk should have been sooner from the Void. Gyro's got to be careful. He backs off all the way. I don't know what is going on with this Windrunner. The power shot is way off, and the Windrunner is just broken. I don't know what's going on. But the charge comes through once again. Rocket Barrage and Spirit Breaker low. And ooh, south. Spirits. We end up hitting. He needs to get out of here. No, not what you should be doing. Don't turn around there. So, early aggression onto the Gyrocopter only has one tango remaining, so staying in this lane is not going to be too easy. Although the help from Phoenix could be good. As long as they could keep this Void back and the Spirit Breaker back, he doesn't get pressured too hard, we could see the Gyro, despite only having one tango, or no tangos now, able to maintain in this lane. But it's going to be rough. Shackle is available for the Shadow Shaman, but the Cask will stop that immediately if he's not too careful, and you don't want to let the Sork just hit away at you. So you got to put yourself in a non-vulnerable spot. And probably not make aggressive moves until you have enough to make those aggressive moves in terms of like Ether Shock and the Hex. Shadow Shaman does have the second highest base damage in the game, so his harass is amazing. Especially if you go like Shadow Shaman Magnus nowadays, or Shadow Shaman Ogre and Magnus. Oh, that would be such a good tri-lane. Shadow Shaman and Ogre with like a core. Doesn't even have to be with the Magnus. Just destroying the laning phase. Just give Bloodlust to Shadow Shaman with Empower. The Greater Bash now with the Charge. Only level 2 is the Void. Time Walk into the Time Lock. So bashes aplenty here for the Radiant side. If they pray to RNGesus before this game, we'll have to see. Start taking a lot of damage again. Shadow Shaman just hurts, and it's before this Slark is level 6, so he is not really able to maintain this lane. And he has one shared tango, but it's on cooldown, so it's hard, and the pressure's coming in from the Radiant, especially when this Shadow Shaman does get like Ether Shock. Is leashed. There's the Hex. Spectre coming back. There's the Spectral Dagger coming through. They've got the Shackle. Cask already used. The Maledict damage over time is going to be more than enough to get first blood. And they don't end up getting the kill onto the Slark, despite no return Cask and first blood to the Witch Doctor. Although Spectre sitting 16-1, farming relatively well.
Where's my pension?
Just what the doctor ordered.
And run over towards bottom. There is a haste available. Tinker 16-5 to the Windrunners 9-4. The charge is going to come out over mid. The Rockets with the power shot coming through the haste. This should be enough. The Shackle actually doesn't connect, and they're going to get the kill, or should get the kill if he just did. There it is. But Windrunner, I feel like that could have come a lot easier. Maybe didn't even need to lose the Spirit Breaker, who's going to be charging over bottom. So they've got charge. Witch Doctor actually not in position just yet. He's going to want to come back. Does have Cask available. Sitting a little bit further back as the charge comes through the jungle. And Slark's sitting far back. We'll see if he goes through on this. They ping him out. I don't know if this is the way to go. Cask is going to be free, and there it is, hitting onto the Spirit Breaker. But they've got the Shackle onto the Witch Doctor. Hit with the Cask again is the Spirit Breaker, and they won't find anything out of that rotation. And now there's the charge on the Gyro. This is what you got to do, though. You gotta, you know, really work on just keeping the pressure on.
Every coin helps.
I'll take that.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower can't handle this deluge. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Not a lot of kills in this game just yet. Power shot coming in through the mid. Level 6 on this Windrunner. Rockets and laser being thrown in the Windrunner, and enough mana for the Tinker to throw it again, but the cooldowns are pretty high. Gyro gets the kill on the Spirit Breaker. I think the pressure was coming in from the Spirit Breaker. They've got the Icarus dive on top of the Void, and chased by the Gyrocopter with the Rocket Barrage coming in. The Time Walk away just to escape. And a third kill here for the Dire.
Radiant's top tower is on the rocks.
Spectre going Vanguard Radiance or Radiance Vanguard. We'll see what order that comes through in, as the pressure comes out onto the top tier 1.
Trying to bring down Radiant's top tower. Radiant's top tower.
The charge all the way through, but the Rocket Barrage is there. There's nobody here with you at Spirit Breaker. You gotta kind of communicate these moves. A laning phase that could have gone really well for the Radiant side has just fizzled. Double damage over towards top that this Windrunner is going to try and get. Wind runs over and pops the double damage as well as the bottle.
Dire's middle
Really
tower
empty
is
with
under
Tinker
pressure.
coming over, but they've got the Shackle that's going to land with the charge and the double damage. They will get the kill. Rockets came out first, and there it is. They get the kill onto the Tinker mid, who've been doing a good job up to that point. Made the rotation, continue to come over, didn't find the rune. And actually didn't... I had... huh, didn't have vision there. Although, that says sentry. The map says regular ward. Is this bug?
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
No, because that's a regular observer ward. Weird. See? So top of the net worth right now is the Gyro Witch Doctor coming over. There's that ward there right by the stairs. Tinker coming over towards bottom. Spectre just farming away as Haunt. Let's see. Let's see how well this Spectre is able to continue to just farm. Pressure hasn't been that terrible as the Slark is no longer sitting in the lane. He actually comes over towards mid.
Time is money. Where's my pension?
I'll take that.
My gratitude.
Phoenix is level 6. Not gonna be the easiest. Supernova to get off.
Invisibility.
Chronosphere is available as well. You'd like to have that Mask of Madness before you try to go in.
Radiant's top tower is on the rocks.
And Tinker's getting the vision, but the second you show yourself, you're going to be hit with the Chronosphere, and that actually, with them sitting so far back, it actually concedes the tier 1.
Really
Pretty
tight
easy
on
to
her.
concede that too, and now they're actually going to look for this. Ooh, Chrono on the 2, but the Spirit's slowing down his attack speed. There's the call down, nice Shackle coming through with the power shot. Supernova used in a really poor spot. They'll end up losing this Phoenix, and Rocket's laser gets the kill onto the Windrunner.
I'm building a future without you.
Tinker, rearm. Rocket, laser. Don't know why you're not doing anything for this Tinker. And Spectre,
Dire's middle tower is under
not
attack.
dead. That was really close. Shackle with the Serpent Wards to get that kill on the Witch Doctor. Maledict won't be enough to get the kill. Sark thinking about going over towards bottom and getting this kill, or going a little deeper in bottom.
I'll dig that.
Hex, but I don't know what you're doing.
You want
Got the
that?
Serpent Wards there. The charge is going to come through. 3 will be here for the Dire. And Witch Doctor gets spotted. And the pounce is going to miss.
Ha ha ha! It's working.
Even at 5 with a 1,000 net worth lead for the Dire. Dire's still sitting top of the net worth. Breaker on the low ground, he's going to be spotted. There's the Hex onto the Slark. But no real pressure coming in from the Radiant at the moment. As Phoenix coming from top all the way towards bottom, has Supernova, TP in the backpack. It's on cooldown anyway. Now the charge onto the Witch Doctor. Now to land, and now they've got themselves the pounce onto the Shadow Shaman to get the kill. Sark gets that one, and it's a little bit of a split engagement from the Radiant that causes them to lose the Shadow Shaman, so it's a 4v4 with Phoenix over mid. Rockets come in, the Chronosphere will be used, but it hits the Windrunner, so you don't have that backup damage coming through just yet. You'll find the ult onto the Tinker, and you'll get the kill, but the ulti is going to be used from the Slark with call down from the Gyro on top of the entire side of the Radiant team. And you will look for the charge, but it's not up soon enough, and Void didn't have Time Walk either. And Slark moving in onto the Spirit Breaker. The charge comes through with the urn, and into the Rocket Barrage he'll go. Haunt's going to be used. Spectral Dagger. Not thrown. Not enough mana for that. And is actually forced to retreat with the Phoenix there. And this is a really clumsy engagement from the Radiant side. Not really focusing in that fight at all. And the Chronosphere on the Windrunner, I think, kind of kills that engagement too.
Their structures. Attack the heroes. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Go for me.
Shackles over bottom. Onto the Gyro. There's the bash. Nicely done to get that kill. And we'll kill this Gyro. This game is a little bugged. So we saw the Shackles south of where the Gyro actually was. And now they'll use this moment to continue to push. The gold save up. Spectre going to go Vanguard second, it seems. I wouldn't mind the Vanguard now for the Spectre and then into the Radiance, but that is not the decision that this Spectre is going to go with. The charge through onto the Phoenix with the Windrunner in tow. Shackle comes in, will land. I believe that was an ult used onto a creep, so Phoenix now able to get the Supernova off. And that's with the call down, so this is again a botched initiation from the Radiant. They'll get the Icarus dive, the kill through onto the Spirit Breaker, just surviving as the Windrunner, but again, Radiant blowing it in an engagement right there. And they're going to lose this tier 1 over mid.
Radiant's middle tower can't handle this deluge. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Pounce nicely onto the Spectre. An easy kill there. They are rotating really well as the Dire. And they're not botching their engagements. Their skills are perfectly combined. They're moving in tandem. They look really good. And I said that the Radiant needed to jump all over the Dire early and shut them down.
Radiant's bottom tower is staggering.
And it just didn't happen. The Dire got their early start, they got their early lead, and things are looking really good for them. The Tinker doesn't have bots just yet, but is that coming in on the Courier? It is. BOT's coming through. Sark has the Shadow Blade going into this Silver Edge for the Spectre. You know, it may not have a lot of control here for the Dire, but their damage right now is more than enough to keep the Radiant at bay.
I'll take that.
So, Phoenix going into the mech. We take a look at the Witch Doctor. So he's got himself Arcane Boots as well as a finished Glimmer Cape. I mean, these supports are pretty well farmed, and compare that to the Spirit Breaker, who's going Treads. You've got a Shadow Shaman looking for a Blink Dagger. They are very far behind at the moment. Maelstrom finally picked up here for the Windrunner, and the Faceless Void, he's going to the Shadow Blade as well, and has this Mask of Madness. But the Spectre, who has held on and tried to go for this Radiance, has fallen behind. And I really do think the Vanguard would have been a nice little item here. So on comes out. They got the Chronosphere on the back lines. That's going to come through onto the Tinker. If they could get the kill with the Shackles coming through. The laser was used. The Ether Shock will finally finish it off. They've got the Supernova nearby. Spirit Breaker ends up dying. The Shackle's not going to be enough, and now there goes the Spectre. Spectre's dead, and nice little Serpent Wards coming through the Shackle, but I don't know. They've got the Sentry Ward here. You got to get away, and the Homing Missile hits onto the Shadow Shaman to get the kill. So 3 heroes dead. Again, a spread out fight from the Radiant, and the Dire end up taking advantage once again despite losing the Tinker. Sark behind enemy lines. No Chronosphere available. There's the Pounce. Will get leashed up. The charge comes through, but it's not going to matter. They'll get the kill into the Windrunner. Now they'll chase. The cooldown's going to be used, but not in the right spot. For the Dire, still pressuring.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Gyrocopter going into the SNY. As Ags will be for the Witch Doctor soon. Neutrals get the kill onto this Slark.
Dire's bottom tower is
I don't exactly know how you let that happen as Slark, especially with the regen you get once you're out of vision. Shadow Blade finished here for the Void. Doesn't have the Chronosphere just yet. And the ulti will get used onto the Gyro. They'll also find themselves the Shackle, but the cat's going to bounce around. Now they've got the Sunray on top of a couple of these heroes. Dust coming through, and Icarus dive all the way in with the Supernova. Shouldn't last. Won't. And the Void maledict, but gets hit with the homing missile, and he'll die. Shackles through as well as the Shackle shot. They'll at least get one. They'll trade a core for a core. Serpent Ward's again not used to push, but Glimmer Cape is here for the Gyrocopter, and Witch Doctor just doesn't care. Sark coming over, getting hit with a power shot. Spectral Dagger is used. The rockets come through from the Tinker to get the kill. The Maledict Laser. Spectre's dead. Doesn't matter how far away you get. Going to be gone anyway. And another kill here for the Dire. They are just racking them up. And the Vanguard still sits not finished, while just still continuing to look for the Sacred Relic. 3 heroes disconnect at the same time, and we get ourselves a little bit of a pause. We will be waiting. I don't know why trash talk comes out all the time. It's like super unnecessary. Who needs it?
And we're underway. Radiant's middle tower
They
is under
connect
attack.
for... Oh. Yeah, at least the Gyro does. Get another pause. Witch Doctor. Reconnecting, now waiting on the Phoenix. There it is.
I was practicing my backstroke. Weigh anchor.
Expect to resume
This
the game.
is
Alright, we're good to go. Everybody's here. Once again.
Illusion.
Tinker going for the Blink Dagger next. Gyrocopter almost into that SNY. Ags was next for the Witch Doctor, but nothing cute. I think maybe because he DC'd. Silver Edge for the Slark. Shadow Blade. Ooh, right next to the Void. Oh! No!
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now the Haunt. That'll come in.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Sark. You're dead. Oh god.
Double damage.
What are you doing, Slark? Stealing your Tinker's farm. That is Slark for you. It's that carry mindset. All farm is my farm. Mech with the headdress here for the Witch Doctor. For the Phoenix, Witch Doctor going into the Axe. Void Battle Fury now after the Mask of Madness. I feel like you should have just gone Battle Fury first. Almost the Sacred Relic here for the Spectre. Almost. Should go pick it up now before you die. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no. Oh, buy out. Oh, he gets it. He's in trouble, that's for sure. Shackle not gonna latch to a tree. They're trying to go for this Sark. The damage is pretty heavy. They don't actually have a Chronosphere to use. Spirit Breaker bashed by Roche. Oh. Oh god. Roche, it's a 6v5, and now Spirit Breaker is very dead. They got some good Serpent Words here, but the Supernova comes out. Chronosphere is still not available. They'll take out the Supernova. Shackles onto the Gyrocopter. They get the kill. They're looking for a third. They'll find it. Shadow Shaman ends up dying. Slark and Tinker are alive. The Shackle actually doesn't connect. Chronosphere available. Mask of Madness on cooldown. They end up losing this Faceless Void to Maledict anyway. Now the Pounce with the leash, as well as that Dark Pack coming in from the Slark to get the kill. 3 heroes disconnect again. Another pause. Immediately unpaused.
I was practicing my backstroke.
Not cool, not cool.
There's the reconnect from the Gyro. The Witch Doctor comes back in.
Dire's middle tower is under pressure. Dire structures are fortified.
Charge away. Shackle, no. I wouldn't suggest that. Who's even here with you? An aggressive move that can go south very quickly. And there's the Chrono under tower. Mask of Madness. Oh, gets it. Now he's got to get out. He doesn't have a TP to get out of here.
I take yours.
Cask. Well, it's the homie missile next. Time walk in 2, but it's not gonna matter. And there's the kill for the Gyro. I don't understand that aggression. It just doesn't make sense to me. What's the point of going in? Meanwhile, mid, broken is the Windrunner, and oh, almost dead is the Windrunner. Charge through onto the Slark. Maybe looking to turn it. Shackle comes in. Not going to land on anything. And Power Shot's nice, but there's the Pounce coming through as well as the ulti from the Slark. And one more shot. Not going to matter. He'll have the Dark Pack. Gets the kill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant think
8,000 net worth lead here for the Dire, and I don't exactly know how the Radiant are gonna bring this back.
Dire fortified their structures. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind.
On coming through over from the Spectre, but they'll find the Tinker. Now we'll see if they can get the kill. This is going to be tough going into the trees. They have to be very careful. Power shot comes in. The chase is on. Nobody's here to help the Tinker, so he will end up falling.
Radiant's middle tower can't handle this deluge.
Does the Spectre have this Radiance? Yes. So now at this point, I think Dota Plus would give the Radiant a pretty good chance as Chronosphere comes out. Onto the Slark, and Spectral Dagger to get the kill onto the Slark. 6-time spree going their way. Almost has this Vanguard. There's the gold for it. So things getting a lot better right now for this Spectre. Tinker with the blink going into Kaya. His farm's not all too great. Gyro's still sitting top of the net worth, going for the BKB. Sork was doing a lot at 6-2 and 6. Going for the Scott E next. We'll see how this ends up working out for him, though. He has been roughed up in his last life. But the Silver Edge and the way the Radiant are playing definitely gives Slark a bit of an advantage to keep this pressure up. Oh boy. Sentry Ward is there. Shackle thrown. He knows he's in vision. Should know by his regen as well. Now they've got the charge. Would like the rest of his team to come his way. Chronosphere up in 20. They've got the Shadow Blade. They're still chasing. There's the charge. Finally lands. Looking for the bash. They'll get the Shackle with the ulti from the Spirit Breaker to get the kill. So they knew the Slark was getting charged. And nobody comes over to really help. Which is surprising considering how much they can do in a good team fight of theirs. They know Chronosphere is down.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
But that's a little bit of what you get here. You find yourself out too far. Spirit Breaker trying to go Silver Edge. That's going to be a long and lonely road, sir.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Why does it say Mega Melee Creep? It's not. Shadow Fury picked up here for the Void. His farm's continuing to go up. He sits 3,000, out 4,000 behind this Gyrocopter. Mags for the Witch Doctor. That 120 gold per minute is quite nice.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is about
Spectre is back to build the Aquila. Boy, getting a kill over bottom onto the Slark again. He's been spotted and picked off a couple consecutive times by the Radiant. And this is becoming a bit of a problem here.
I'll take that.
Tinker, he's going into that Kaya still. Ag's picked up for the Witch Doctor. The comeback being mounted here by the Radiant so far. Windrunner has the Orchid. Would assume going into a Bloodthorn eventually. But you take a look, Gyro getting chased. Hurricane Pike picked up. And no Chronosphere, but they do have the charge available. And there it is with the Shackle. Actually doesn't land onto that tree, but it's not going to matter. They'll get the kill. They bring everyone over, and that is something that finally looks coordinated for the Radiant. They had spent so much time in this game just being so uncoordinated that it was starting to look ugly. And, I mean, they've now seemingly put it together. At least in their eyes, they hope so. Gyro calling easy mids, Slark taking a lot of damage. That's something you do when you find yourself in a little bit of trouble. Even though the Gyro wasn't even in mid. It's like one of those defense mechanisms where you're like, easy mid. And make sure I trash talk to make you uncomfortable. Witch Doctor with the Glimmer Cape. They don't have the vision. They do have Chronosphere available in just a moment as Mask of Madness was used here by this Faceless Void. They're looking for the kill. The Tinker doing a lot of damage, but it's not going to matter as the Orchid will burn down the Witch Doctor. Rockets hit on 2. There's the Shadow Blade moving forward. Leading the charge is the Void to get the Chronosphere through onto the Slark. The Phoenix doing all he can with the Spirits, but not going to be enough, and actually comes back after the Icarus dive thanks to the Orchid. BKB is going to be popped here by the Gyro, but isn't going to be enough. No, he's getting bashed through, and he will not die. They lose the Windrunner. They lose the Void. There's the laser. Charge comes through. Spectral Dagger lands and gets the kill on the Gyrocopter. The Tinker, the only one alive. Shadow Shaman denying the mid tower. Mid tier 2. Tinker's the only one alive, and all he can do is watch.
Gold for me.
Doing quite a bit right now is this Radiant side. Actually, the Blink comes through with the wards, but Cask Maledict and the damage. Shadow Shaman, that's an aggressive play that you should not have made. Now the Sark finds the Spirit Breaker with the Silver Edge. Double damage is there. Sark's going to try and grab it. And we'll find it, but the Shadow Blade here for the Spirit Breaker, actually has it. And he's gained a lot of gold since we last saw him, thanks to the last couple of fights that they had. He was able to get that Shadow Blade. That ends up keeping him alive. The Chronosphere through onto the Slark, and there is yet another kill for the Faceless Void, who has finished off this Silver Edge. So he has a break against this dire side, and now the game is set back at even. The experience, though, way in the favor of the Radiant. The only thing going in their favor right now for the dire side is the Gyrocopter, but other than that, it just seems like they're lacking. The Tinker has not done a lot in terms of his farm. Not going into the Ags, and then Slark has been working on this Scotty for what seems to be 15 minutes. They'll get the Hex through with the bashes coming in, the Shackle onto the Gyrocopter as well. There's the Shackle shot, Power shot, Supernova, as well as the ulti from the Witch Doctor, but it's not going to get the kill, and now look at the Gyrocopter as well. And down goes this Witch Doctor. Tinker comes over, blinks back, doubles back. Trying to get a kill here onto the Shadow Shaman, but he's hexed. And March of Machines gets the kill, but he's dead. That is a full team wipe after some time. Now finally the Radiant with their first lead of the game. Diffusal next for the Spectre. I don't know if you need that. Ags coming in for the Windrunner next. Chronosphere. Slark dead again. He went from like 6-1 to 7-7. Flipped his stats
Dire's
immediately.
structures are fortified.
Just unable to do anything.
Dire's middle tower is under pressure.
Void has just done way too much.
Dire's middle
We'll grab the mid tier 2, the bottom tier 2.
tower
Top is the only one that
couldn't
stands.
withstand the tide.
As Orchid used over mid onto the Phoenix. Now they're looking for the ult with the cast bouncing around, as well as the ulti used by the Witch Doctor and the Gyro. Doesn't turn into anything, and Avoid with this Silver Edge looking to make an aggressive play. A Spectre spotted for just a moment. Only missile coming in. Shackle's going to stop him, but here comes the rest of the team. The charge finally hits, and now the bash is coming through, and the Gyro not going to be enough. The ulti used onto the Phoenix. Now the call down used, as well as the Supernova. They about face and turn it. Supernova not enough. It's a 6,000 lead here. 6,000 net worth lead for the Radiant side. They had been just uncoordinated, not doing well, and they have finally put it together from a Dire team that seems to have fallen apart at the seams. Serpent Ward's placed down. Shackle's going to come through, as well as the Orchid. Homing missile hits onto the Shadow Shaman, I believe. The Slark in a little bit of trouble. The Spirit Breaker way too deep. The cooldown going to be used. The axe picked up by the Windrunner. And Radiant, that's what I'm talking about. These sloppy plays. And they are now down 2 heroes. Gyro, Chrono. Slark just walking into it.
I guess.
Slark getting very low. Radiance burning. 3 heroes here. Have to be very careful. Haunt's available if they want to use it. But Spectre continuing to just move forward. Finds himself the Tinker. Doesn't have a way to lock him down, so you got to be careful walking through the March of the Machine. Slark coming over. They'll get the kill on the Tinker. Now Slark shows himself. Dark Pack not going to land onto the Windrunner. Uh-oh. Silver Edge, break 2, looking for it. There's the pounce with the leash. Dark Pack comes in. They'll get the kill. Sunray on top. Witch Doctor on the run. Manta Style used here by the Spectre, but the cast doing so much. Maledict's going to miss. Spectre now trying to TP out, and will. As well as the Void. He makes an escape there, too. Haunt gets used, moving back in, looking for the Witch Doctor. Will have the damage. And no TP to get out, but I don't think he really minds. Although, Slark finds him. He moves the other way, and he gets out. For double damage, he'll head into Roche. Taking it pretty quickly. Onto the Void to help the double damage. Gyro, he's also looking for a Silver Edge in this game. A lot of Silver Edges in this game. I feel like you never see this many. available. Oh boy. They've got the sentry though. Gonna be used on to the gyro. They'll get the kill. Definitely get an opportunity to get it on to 2. Basher finally picked up here for the Spectre. Gyro without buyback. Heart picked up here for the Phoenix. Not sure if that's the item I would have splurged on. I feel like Shivas would have been nice. Smoke. Chrono not up for a while.
Dyer's top tower.
Wink, Hex, Shackle, as well as the Shackle shot. They'll get the kill. Here's the charge coming through. Actually stops it before he hits it onto the Slark. They'll lose the Shadow Shaman, but up on the high ground. Icarus dive away. Phoenix trying to get out of here. And locked in, thanks to these Serpent Wards, is the Slark. They lose 3. He does have buyback. Phoenix back to full health thanks to the Heart. 2 heroes alive for the Dire side. As the Radiants start to set up over mid to take the tier 3.
Dyer's middle tower is drowning. Dire structures are
Chrono
fortified.
up in 20. Fortification comes in.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack. Dyer's middle tower just does not.
Taking a lot of damage, and there's the Aegis, but Spectre on the run. There's the silence. Sunray comes out. They've got Chronosphere in just a moment if they want to wait, possibly to re-engage, but they don't have a lot here with the Spectre backing off, and as well as the rest of the team. But Void looking, and will get the Chrono on a 2. Finds the Gyro. Tinker TPing in, but charge comes through, hits on 2, looking for the kill. They need to maybe look and go for the Supernova instead to try and get this Tinker first, but there's the stun with the cast coming through, but the Shadow Blade used by the Spirit Breaker, so it's not going to bounce. Icarus dive all the way forward with the Faceless Void getting the Silver Edge off. Charge away from the Spirit Breaker. And now looking to go in on the Phoenix. They've got the Haunt with the Spectral Dagger coming through. There's the ulti used by the Witch Doctor. Backtracking this damage and looking for the kill onto the Phoenix. They'll finally find it, as well as the Witch Doctor. They'll go in on the Slark. Everybody's dead.
Dyer's middle barracks
And Radiant
fall.
moving on the racks.
Dyer's middle barracks have fallen.
Like stabbing fish in a barrel.
Straight to the tier 4 as they go.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack. Dyer's middle tower has fallen. Dyer's bottom tower has fallen. Dyer's bottom barracks have fallen.
There it is. Radiant win the game.
Dyer's bottom barracks have fallen.
Nicely done there for them to finish it up and kind of clean up the way they played.